Good day, class.
Waalaikumsalam.
How are you feeling today?
I'm happy.
Okay, some of you are fine. Some of you are feeling very good today.
Yes.
Okay, so let me introduce myself. I am Ammar Faris Ahmad, and today I'm going to teach you about invasive species. So our learning objective for today is to analyze the impact of invasive species, introduction on biodiversity, food webs, and ecosystems, where the balance between Indonesian and international is studied. And the second is to design an environmental conservation efforts in addressing invasive species threats based on scientific evidence and research. But without further ado, let's talk about our topic first. Okay, so question for today is, do you have a pet at home?
No.
Who have an animal or pet at home? Do you have a cat at home?
Yes.
Okay, some of you have a cat, maybe. How about fish? There's another question about the pet. What if you don't want to keep your pet anymore? If you don't like your pet anymore, what are you going to do about it? Okay, that's a very hard question, alright? So let me discuss this in the next slide, alright? Okay. So before we continue or starting at the invasive species topic, we need to talk about how human activity affect the world around us, right? First, as a human, you can be either a villain or be a hero to your own world. The choice is yours. Either if you want to be a villain to our world or be a hero for our world, our earth. It's up to you. How you choose the right decision. And now we start on the main topic. It's called invasive species. Based on definition, invasive species is a non-native species introduced to the new environment, often disrupting local ecosystem. Do you have any idea what kind of example in your head? Maybe what species do you think is invasive?
Fish.
Okay, very good. Lack of fish.
Fish.
Red fish, koi fish. There's also lionfish also included. So let me tell you the problem from this story. Anyone know this?
Yes.
If you already see the news before, you already see this story so far about how the playfish or janitor fish invading this river in Jakarta. This is a real case. Okay, the question for today is about this. What solutions can communities and government implement to address the invasion of janitor fish? I will give you time to take, and I will let you raise your hand and answer the question based on your own thought and analysis. Okay.
The primary solution is using the community so technologies. The various strategies for prevention is the public upon regulation of fish into public waters, non-started about consuming said fish and maintain environmental cleanliness of the development is only regular mass species process research into economically valuable products with our agriculture and tighter regulation on the communal fish type.
Okay, very good from your friend. Your friend's answer is when you found about invasive species, they either can A, to prevent the invasion fish spreading into the wildlife, you need to keep your pet alive by yourself. Do not throw your pet into the wildlife. For example, if you have a fish, do not throw it into the local pond or local river. And if it's already spread, your friends say that it is important to use the invading fish or invading species into something beneficial. For example, you turn this into a fertilizer. Because it contains a lot of protein, it can be turned into another animal feed. Okay, very good answer. Anyone else? You see, it's already happening in Atlantic Ocean. If you see that frisbee in the previous slide is actually based on this lionfish. Lionfish is considered invasive because it's grown before Pacific into the Atlantic Ocean. Why? Because of climate change. But it's not always the only case. Yeah. You know this one? What do you call this? A koi? Koi fish actually keep as a pet animal, right?
Yes.
But what happens if you throw it in the river or in the pond or in the lake? They can grow as big as this.
Yes.
And do anyone want to eat a koi fish?
No.
No, right? No. People do not keep koi fish as a feed, as a food. No, but it's as a pet because of its beautiful scales. That's the problem. Not only about animals, but plants also can become an invasive, right? Anyone know about these plants? Maybe? Have you seen this in a Western movie about the cowboy? Right? It's actually not based or originated from North America, but it's actually come from Eurasia. But it's somehow getting carried out into the North America and already become invasive tree. It's highly flammable. So if it sparks or catches fire, it will burn. The example on the left is also part of invasive species. If you ever find an abandoned building, maybe you will find this plant growing along.
Yes.
Right? It's actually not come from here, but from this Asia and this Asia. That's the example about invasive species. So, I will give you a question. How to fix the problem? There's a lot of options you can do that. But I will conclude it into three main parts. First is to prevent or keep the invaders out. If you're ever going outside traveling, even hiking or going for swimming in the river, bring your shoes, gear, and also your clothes. Never try to release your pets into the wildlife. I don't care if you have animals that are so many. I don't know if it's animal that is aquatic like fish or maybe it's terrestrial like cat or dog. It doesn't matter. Keep that into your cage. Maybe you can sell it to someone else if they want to. Maybe you want to give it to your neighbor or your family. It's fine as long as you don't throw it into the wildlife. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Next is to detect and report. If you recognize an invasive species, tell the people around you. Or maybe inform your friend, maybe inform your people around your neighbor, local community that there's an invasive species in your area. And the last is control and restore. If you ever find one, try to manual removal or targeted treatment. Try to help local community to clean your environment from invasive species. Support local eradication project and policy that farm will respond. Remember, an oath of protection makes a ton of beliefs. Okay, last, what do we learn from today's subject? Anyone want to give their thought or opinion? Okay.
We learned today is that an invasive fish is a non-native species which is here. Near ecosystem that modifies heavily comes the environment and drives out the local fish by competing them for food and habitat.
Okay, very good. Let me conclude for you that invasive species are rewriting ecosystem in fast water. But this was disaster prevention or plan if we act like our home depends on it. Because it does. This is the generation that stops the invading species. Right? So if you have an invasive animal species, it's the one that needs fixed not just from you but other people as well. So raise your awareness about invasive species and start acting now because if not now, when else? Understand? Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you. That's all from me. Give applause to all of us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, sir.